Round of applause for the end of this filler and the filler entirely. This was beautiful. I loved it. Personally, I loved it. I don't know how you guys feel, but I would have to say that this was downright the best filler of Naruto Shippuden. It will have to go down in history as the best filler to have a much more in detail of Kakashi's history, Itachi's history, Sasuke's history, the third Hokage's history, everyone's history, sorry, has been put into this filler, and I love it. And next week we'll be finally going back to the arc. I have to say it was just, so just fix the lighting. It was just beautiful, and I couldn't ask for much more. So episodes 361. This was I would have to say flashback, Attack of the Flashbacks. But as you know, it's a perfect ending to the filler. So basically, it's just showing us how Kakashi met Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, and what happened to the rest of the Geni. A much bigger explanation of how his life changed after the tragedy of the death of Rin and Obito. And it has some very good insight to that. So we start off with him visiting Naruto's home. We already know how that went out. You know, he smelled the milk, he knew it was off. And what really caught my eye is what he said. He said, Minato Sensei's orphan. He's never mentioned Naruto as an orphan before. And for him to say that was very, I don't know, a bit of a change in his personality. I thought he would have said, oh, this is Minato Sensei's son, the Nine Tails. But no, he said orphan instead. And, you know, I don't know if that caught your eye, but it was very interesting for him to say that from a personal point of view. So then we move on, you know, he goes to visit Sakura's house with the third Hokage. And Sakura's parents, we already know how they live, so we didn't really need to see much more in detail of, you know, what Sakura's lifestyle is like, because we saw that in the recent movie. And, you know, it was a very good change of pace to see all of this. And then we see how Sasuke lives. And the reason I think they put this in, because we never seen it before. We only seen the way Naruto lived. And it's very strange. We've never seen where Sasuke was put after the death of the Uchiha clan, after what Itachi did. And it's a good way to see that. This guy lives in a penthouse suite, basically. And I would expect it, because after what the elders actually agreed with the assassination of the entire clan, I would say that they have to treat this guy with as much respect and give him as much you know, comfortable living space as possible. He lives in a very beautiful home, and when you compare the two, Sasuke lives in a much more cleaner establishment than Naruto. Naruto, he's made himself to live in a pigsty, but if you compare the establishments themselves, one looks better than the other. Sasuke's looks much more neater, the bed is much bigger and everything, whereas Naruto's looks like a more of a wooden establishment that you see in like a slums of, I don't know, a urban area or something like that on top of, you know, flats. But whereas Sasuke's looks like a more hotelish kind of suite. And his cupboard, I think it had the Umbu uniform that Itachi used to wear. It just looks beautiful in all. And so we got much more detail as well into why Hiruzen, the third Hokage, picked this team for Kakashi. It's because it has nostalgia towards it. It's where Kakashi was the, you know, experienced genin, you know, Rin was the, you know, perfect Kenoichi and medical ninjutsu, and of course Obito was the everyday fool. And, you know, if you look at it, Naruto's the fool, Sasuke is the elite, and Sakura's the, you know, Kunoichi. And then it moves back to what Jiraiya was like. Jiraiya was the fool, Orochimaru was the elite, and of course Tsunade was the experienced Kunoichi. It basically foreshadows the teams that Hiruzen you know, had, how Jiraiya was, and then Minato, you know, their teams, you know, their teaching standards. And Hiruzen basically had a flashback, or a basic, you know, showed us a bit more knowledge into how this team, how he, you know, he put through the teams. You know, he has Guy's team, which specializes in all taijutsu. I would say Tenten specializes in tenjutsu, even though she uses ninja tools. But yeah, still taijutsu. You have Rock Lee, taijutsu user, no chakra or, you know, ninjutsu in general. Then you have Neji, who specializes in close combat taijutsu for the Hyuga clan. So yeah, and then you move to, Hinata's team. They specialize in I would say, well, I don't really know, but to see the teams that he put through, they're actually good for the teachers and the students themselves. And it's really good to see that. I mean, the last episode, I didn't really do a review on it, but we got to see a more insight on how Guy trained his students, and they actually agreed to not take part in the tuning exams. And I thought that was a very good thing. I don't know if you guys thought it was a good thing. I see it as a very connecting part to the story, for them to do. And then you have Choji's team that specializes in what is it, secret, Keke Genkai? No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's Keke Genkai, but still, they have secret type of ninjutsu that they use, shadow possession, and the big, what Choji used. But in all, the much more in-depth information that we got is what Hiruzen, said. The reason that he wants Sasuke to awaken his eyes is because that he will be able to control the Nine Tails, so that the tragedy that happened that night on Minato's death would not happen again with the Nine-Tailed Fox doing a rampage. That is the reason he really wanted Sasuke to open his eyes. Better yet, the reason why he wanted Kakashi, he wanted Sasuke to be on Kakashi's team, because Kakashi is the only ninja in the Hidden Leaf to possess the Sharingan and knows, I will say, half insight and how it works and how to specialize it much better than, well, most people inside the village. It's really good. And then, well, we got to see why Kakashi was late to the first meeting of the Genin. He was talking to Yamato, and there wasn't really a much big conversation between Yamato and Kakashi. There were a lot of flashbacks in this episode, and I would say it's the attack of the flashbacks. But in all, it was a fair ending. They didn't show us, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke trying to get the belts from Kakashi. It just went straight to Naruto being on the stump, to Kakashi saying, you guys passed because you care about your comrade, because you wanted to feed him instead of feeding yourself. That's true teamwork. And basically, they are the reason that Kakashi, changed. They're the reason that darkness from his heart has gone away slightly, is because of the teamwork that they did in their, first testing with Kakashi. And I felt that was beautiful, the way his spirits were uplifted, and he felt kind of happy. But in all, 361 was perfect. I know I missed some points, but it wasn't really much more in-depth episode than the rest. But anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe. It's all up to you, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys. I'll probably do a Kuroko no Basket review soon. I should have done that for season 2. But anyways, see you later.